All right, here we go. Welcome to the two-man front. I am here with my good friend and partner in crime. Who am I with?
The Fog from Objectively Biased
You
Sports.
guys make sure you go subscribe to Objectively Biased Sports on Facebook and YouTube. And I am, of course, Brian, otherwise known as Be Easy from Be Easy Sports and Entertainment on Facebook and on YouTube. And we come to you guys doing something a little different here, right? I know you know us as football fans, or football guys and fans. I know you know us as the draft gurus, your personal favorite draft gurus. But look, we know other sports as well. We know other sports as well. And that's why we're going to be talking about a big topic that's pretty much been a topic of conversation maybe for a better part of like a month or two now, right? And probably one of the most entertaining topics right now in all of sports is the MVP race. Who is the 2023 MVP? Now, NBA MVP. Now, Fog, if you guys didn't know, he's from Philly. He's a Philly fan. So I guess we can kind of already know who he's going to choose. But he's going to explain why he's objectively biased towards towards Joel
You
Embiid.
just created a bias to my objectivity, god damn
hey,
it.
hey, look, man. I'm just priming the folks for when you go when it's your turn, just so they're prepared for for the objectively biased one, right? But yeah, so NBA MVP, biggest topic right now that's going on right now in the NBA. It's a three-man race. I mean, it's kind of a two-man race, but it should be a three. I think Giannis is involved in it. And Giannis Antetokounmpo honestly probably could win it if the NBA really wanted to give it to him, which they probably don't because because narratives, right? So he probably should win it, but obviously the two top guys are Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets and of course Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, obviously, Nikola Jokic has won the last two in a row. And Embiid is looking for that evasive one. There's some argument that he's probably already won one. And Giannis, don't sleep on Giannis. Giannis is looking for his third one, I believe, in 5 years if he goes on to win it, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump right into it, Fog. Let's jump right into it. But before we do, let's take a look at some of the numbers of these guys real quick. Just some of the numbers and the efficiency. Okay, let's just take a look at it side by side real quick. Giannis at the moment. Now, this is obviously this is very fluid, so obviously this can change day by day. But
Yeah.
as it stands today, Giannis has 31 points per game, 5 assists, and 11.9, about 12 rebounds a game, at 60% efficiency. Jokic is averaging a triple double, 24.7 points a game, just at 10 assists a game, with 11.9 rebounds a game. And of course, Embiid, who is leading the league in scoring. And I don't think a lot of people realize that he is leading the league in scoring with 33.5 points a game, 4.1 assists, and of course 10 rebounds a game. All right, now we see the little tidbit at the bottom. The difference in efficiency between Jokic and Embiid is just under 5%. Right, so it's the same as the difference in the efficiency between Embiid and Giannis. So these guys are very, very close in terms of what they mean for their teams this season, right? So Fog, I'm gonna let you start. Okay, who is your NBA MVP?
Yeah, I hate the way you started this. You're a real jerk for doing this. But my MVP is going to be Embiid.
Okay.
And it's going to be for a reason. Again, this is another reason why I hate you for doing this. We've always talked about the eye test.
That's just important.
Right? We've always talked about the eye test. And you've given me shit about the eye test when it comes to the NFL. I always say numbers lead you to 90%. 90% of the answer. And then after that 10% is the eye test. Well, when you look at the advanced statistics, you look at all the numbers. Defensively, Jokic ranks in that top 10 in defensive efficiency, in his team having a defensive impact. But when you do the eye test and you watch the game, you realize that defense is more the team working around him. How people used to criticize Iverson, for example. Well, Iverson was able to do what he did because the team worked around him. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, let's keep that same energy when we're talking about Joker. And I'm a fan of Joker. I don't think he should have won the MVP last year. And a triple-double from a big man that has never occurred, shit, it's hard not to give him the MVP. But let's talk about the fact that there hasn't been a center that has led the league in scoring since Shaq in 1999-2000 season.
That he didn't win MVP. That was the strike year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So he didn't win MVP that year.
No, he didn't win the MVP, but he led the. He was the only big man.
But as a big
man, a big man led the league in scoring.
Malone? I think it was Malone. I think it was Karl. I'll look it up while you're talking. I think it was Karl Malone, but I was just curious.
In 2000, 99, 2000, I thought Malone won 98. No.
I'll look it up. I'm almost positive it was Karl Malone 99, but I'll look it up though.
It might have been. It might have been because the next year Iverson won it. Oh, Shaq won it the next year. Shaq won it in 2000, right? Shaq won it in 2000, and Iverson won it in 2001, the year they went to the finals. Yes. So yeah, Shaq. So Shaq led the league in scoring the year he won the MVP.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're talking 23 years, B. 23 years since we've seen a center do this. And the irony in all of this is it's two centers putting up crazy statistics.
I mean, Giannis could be a center himself if we're being honest, right? You know, but yeah, two big guys.
But again, this is where I go to the eye test. 90% of the numbers lead you to the truth, and the truth is Embiid and Joker are neck and neck. When you do the eye test and you watch on the defensive side of the ball, Embiid impacts that defense more than Joker does. Joker, I'm gonna be honest, Joker's defense is average at best. Embiid's defense, in my opinion, is borderline elite. So when I hear guys like Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero, who I love, but I still think he's shooting blanks with them guns that he brought to the locker room. When he turns around and says Embiid gets gassed at the end of games.
He does.
7-foot player that is playing two ways, number one. Number two, gassed. Have you seen him operate in the fourth quarter in crucial moments?
Well, I think the criticism of Embiid is that in the past, and in the recent past, and in the playoffs, he has shown some fatigue. He has shown to kind of slow down, right? In the postseason, even sometimes this year, he's taking some games off because he's tired, which everyone takes games off. I mean, I don't want to put that on him because everyone's load managing now, right? So not many players are playing that many back-to-backs. But I think what Gilbert was saying was that the criticism of Embiid is he has run out of gas in the playoffs before when the team really needed him. He's done it before. So I get it, but continue.
No, and I'm not knocking that. But this guy has carried this team, and he's got James Harden on the team. And Brian, when we've spoken about MVPs, when we've spoken about players carrying teams, when James Harden went to Houston, we talked a lot about Harden. Harden isn't even a conversation.
He's the same dude. Yeah, he's not the same
on
guy.
the Sixers.
Nah.
Embiid is clearly carrying this team. And again, as you alluded to, I'm a Sixers fan. I'm also honest. And up until recently, I even told you myself, I said, I think if Joker finishes with a triple-double, how can you not give this man his flowers with an MVP? Regardless of the fact that he didn't deserve it last year, you got to give it to him this year. But I think the slide that we're seeing with the Nuggets and the surge that we're seeing with the Sixers is going to have an impact. And the March 27th meeting between the Sixers and the Nuggets may truly decide who the MVP is based on how those guys play against each other.
No, I think it will too. I agree. I think the NBA they've gotten really lucky, right? I mean, that game, you said March 26th, right?
I think at March 27th, it's a Monday.
It's a Monday. So whatever that Monday is. Yeah. So 25th is Saturday. Yeah. So 27th, actually. March 27th.
Yeah, March 27th.
So no, I agree. I think that may decide it because obviously, by that time, I think they're going to have 4 or 5 games left and they're going to have a head-to-head. So yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that, that game could sway voters very much so, right? Easily sway voters, very much so. But I mean, look, honestly, all 3 of these guys, man, it's splitting hairs. All of them are deserving of it, but I'm going to go with Nikola Jokic because of what you said when it comes to the triple-double. I'm not trying to simplify it, but I am simplifying it because, if and one, he's a big man, right? If we're talking about the eye test, he is definitely one of the most talented players in this game. He is just overall one of the most talented offensive players definitely in this game. You can make the argument his defense could be better, but I don't really hold defense against guys that much anymore because no one plays defense anymore. Anyway, so I don't that doesn't mean much to me that much anymore, right? But he's definitely his efficiency, right? Shooting over 60% from the field, right? Shooting about around 30% from 3. Even though he doesn't shoot threes as often, but he's still shooting around that as well. I just feel like Jokic doesn't really have the talent around him that a Joel Embiid has, even that a Giannis has. I think Giannis has a very good team. I think people underestimate Giannis's team. I think Giannis is so good they forget that Chris Middleton's a pretty good basketball player as well. Jrue Holiday is pretty damn good himself, right? Brook Lopez is a good role player. I mean, they got guys.
Jrue Holiday should be NBA All-Team this year.
Defensively, he should be. He's one of the best. He's probably the best perimeter defender in the game, right? Definitely, at least when it comes to the guards, right? So yeah, I mean,
hurts my heart that the Sixers let him go.
Well, so I just think Jokic has a lot more responsibility on his team. I'm not saying his team is garbage, but as you can see with that play right there, just the talent, the vision he has with the ball in the open court, his court vision, the way he just. I mean, he's a playmaker. He's the ultimate playmaker. Now with him, there's some playoff concerns too. But look, it's a regular season award, so I don't really try to bring the playoffs into play when it comes to these conversations because it's a regular season award. If it was given out during the playoffs or after the playoffs, like if they got to the finals or whatever, then you can make that argument. But this is a regular season award. I try not to bring up history in terms of the playoffs. People love to do that and say, "Oh, look, we did in the playoffs," and all this other stuff. So, I think it's Jokic. He'll be the first player since obviously Westbrook to average a triple-double in a season, and then he's the second player since Oscar Robertson, I believe, in 1968, right, to do it. So I just think Jokic is just a guy that he's the engine of that
62.
team. 62. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
Robertson. I'm thinking Robertson did it in 62. You guys can check us on this, by the way.
well, I mean, I don't mind getting checked.
I'm 2 martinis in. I don't know.
I don't mind getting checked, but yeah, like I really believe that Jokic is deserving of his third straight MVP, by the way. Which, I mean, there's a lot of talk of like, I don't know, there's a lot of talk on whether or not he should win his third. I know people, there was some debate on whether he should have won it last year. I thought he should have won it last year. I thought that was fine. I didn't really have any issue with that. I didn't have any issue with the first one. I think the first one was definitely legitimate. Second one, you can make an argument. This one, I think if he averages a triple double, I do believe that they definitely deserve to win it. He deserves to win it if he keeps up with that triple double for the entire year, because only that will be the third time it's ever been done. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I mean, I don't think you can just ignore history.
Here's a reality, B. People are basing MVPs now on where you went postseason. Like you said, this is a regular season award.
Yeah.
And people are taking the playoffs and, well, what did you do in the playoffs? And the fact that Denver has done nothing the last 2 seasons, it's like, well, how are we giving this guy MVPs and the team isn't doing shit when they go to the postseason?
Yeah.
And I think that's with the NBA. Personally, I feel that's you can hold somebody to that, but you can't fully hold them accountable to what the team does in the playoffs. And if he's still performing and putting up the numbers that he did in the regular season as he did in the playoffs as he did the regular season, you can't knock him.
It's hard to
getting the MVP. It's just the team. What the team wasn't good enough around him. So Giannis and the Bucks, who I think are going to win the finals this year, they can win the finals, and people say, well, Giannis should have been the MVP. No, because Jokic carried his team in a particular way that, well, Giannis didn't. But just because you don't win the MVP regular season doesn't mean you didn't have a better team or a better supporting cast when it came to the playoffs and performed in the playoffs at the end of the day. Like you said, it's a regular season. Aaron Rodgers has won, I think, more MVPs than any other player in NFL history.
Has he?
Either he's done it or he's tied with Peyton Manning.
check.
And, well, he's got 1 Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
1. So let's not go crazy with how a guy wins the MVP but isn't winning championships, because at the end of the day, it's a team sport. Everybody has to perform.
Yeah, Peyton Manning has won the most. He won 5. He won a 5. So, but to your point, it is a regular season award. And I do think the best, Giannis obviously has the best team, right? He has the best team.
Yes.
And I know, but it kind of speaks to that other narrative, right? Usually people say the best player on the best team should get the MVP, right? And Giannis arguably is the best player on the best team. So I can't even argue why Giannis shouldn't win it. I can't even I don't really have a legitimate argument. I don't have one. I just think if Jokic makes history, he should win it. I just think history should automatically put you, especially and if you have your team in a place where they can compete. I think the Nuggets I believe they're still in first place. I don't think they've lost any ground.
No.
From I don't think the Grizzlies, who are in second place, I don't think the Grizzlies have gained any ground. The Nuggets have slid, but I think the Grizzlies have really gained much ground because of their slide. But the Bucks are easily the best team in the basketball. It's easily the best team in the NBA are the Milwaukee Bucks. They are the team to beat. And like you said, I think they're going to go to the finals, and I think they're going to come out of the East. I think Celtics may have a chance. But I think the Bucks right now are clicking. I think they are definitely. They're just they just look really good. Like they look better than they did before. I thought with KD going to the Phoenix Suns, I thought that was going to challenge him. I thought we were going to see a rematch of the 2021 finals, I believe. But you know, I with KD's situation, I'm not really sure what that's going to look like. But I think with a nice pass by Giannis right there, I think that Giannis has every case in the world to win it. But I don't think they really want to give it to him because I think the NBA, the media, they like the Jokic versus Embiid narrative. And that's it. And unfortunately, Giannis can't really get into that narrative. You know what Giannis has done? Giannis has entered really some rare air where he literally has to one up himself every single year, which is damn near impossible, right? And at the same time, he's got to make sure guys below him don't have these astronomical years. So as long as like Jokic has a historical year and Embiid has the years he's having and Steph Curry doesn't go off or, it's kind of like LeBron James. LeBron James could have won it for 10 years. But other guys below him, they had spectacular years. So they're going to give it to the guys that don't usually get it. right? They got to spread the wealth. So Giannis has entered a place where he has to do something. Like Giannis has to average like 35, 15, and 5. Like he has to do something crazy in order to win the MVP, right? Another one. I think he's going to win one more in his career. But I think right now Jokic and Embiid are the story. So I mean, I don't think anybody's wrong here, right? No one's wrong here. I think both these guys are deserving of the MVP. All three of these guys are deserving of it. So we're gonna see. March 27th is probably, like you said, the deciding factor. It's most likely going to be the deciding factor of who's going to win this MVP. So, but you guys let us know. Let us know in the comments once you watch this video who is the 2023 NBA MVP. Is it Giannis? Is it Jokic? Is it Embiid? Is it somebody else? I know Celtics fans. Tatum. Tatum's probably out, right? He's out, right? Tatum's probably.
Joel Embiid.
I think Tatum's probably out at this point. He's probably, unfortunately, he's pulled back.
It's got to be the three you've got: Giannis, Embiid, Joker. That's it. There's nobody else.
There's nobody else. Yeah, I think there's nobody else. Right? There's nobody else. But we'll see. It's definitely gonna be a fun end of the year. End of the year. So we're gonna find out who's gonna win it. And I'm not gonna sleep on Giannis though. He's got some games coming up. He's got a couple games coming up where he can kind of showcase. And I feel like he's going to. I feel like Giannis is going to really showcase and put up some big numbers these last few weeks. I suspect it, at least. I definitely suspect it. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. We really hope you guys enjoyed our basketball segment. Like we said, we are not one-dimensional. We know more than just the NFL, even though we do love the NFL. We do know the NFL.
Two-man front. We know more than football.
Even though our name is kind of a football moniker, but it is what it is, right? But we definitely know more than that. So we want to thank you guys for joining us tonight with our topic of who's going to win the NBA 2023 NBA MVP. Before you guys go, we want you guys to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Two Man Front. Please take your phones out. QR code is right there. Press the little bell icon. It'll help you subscribe and put on your notifications so you know when we upload our videos.
People, it's this easy. Take the phone.
Hope you guys have a better
phone.
Oh, was it an iPhone 10?
No, 12. Damn. The disrespect.
Where's your other camera? Where's your other camera? Anyway, don't worry about it. Make sure you guys take your cameras out. Please subscribe to the channel. And we'll
subscribe to Objectively Biased Sports. The hell would be easy. Damn.
Also subscribe to Objectively Biased Sports and of course BEZ Sports as well on Facebook. We are putting out much content. We're going to put out draft content soon. Our 2.0 is coming out as well. So make sure you guys stick for that. Fall got his sleepers out there. So if you guys like sleepers, Fall's got his sleepers out there. He's pretty good at that. So I will admit he knows his sleepers. So make sure you get that content as well. And also other draft content coming up down the pipe as well. We will definitely thank you guys for watching. And as always, be easy. The Fog. We'll see you guys next time.